I have something very cool to show you. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. I have in my possession a Life magazine from 1958, specifically July 14th, 1958. Just look at this thing. So old. I'm so excited. Look at the back. It's so cool. Okay, I haven't looked through this yet, but I did take a teeny tiny peek and I saw the coolest picture of a car and I'm just like so excited to make a collage out of this. I just, I think there are gonna be so many opportunities, so many possibilities, and I am just so excited. Can you tell I'm excited? Because I'm excited. So I'm thinking today we start here and use this magazine as sort of like the starting point of today's collage. And instead of doing the flip through that I normally do like really fast, I think we're gonna slow it down and I'll take you sort of like through all my ideas from stuff that comes up. And so I'll point out all the things I think are cool and maybe what we can do with them. And we'll just like slow it down and go really slow through this book because I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of cool things in here and I am just like, oh my God, so excited. I like want to finish this so I can get into to like looking at this. So without further ado, let's shut up here and move to the desk. And I got a new cutting mat, so if things look different, don't be alarmed, it's still me. But let's do it because I'm just like too excited. All right, here we are with our magazine. Oh my God, okay, even the guy on the front, like if you cut him out and then put him like, I don't know, underwater or something, then put like a fish in his hand. I don't know. That's an idea, but I don't usually use covers of things. They tend to be like, well, I don't know. This is also like pretty water damaged. So I don't know if I'd use the cover, but it's cool. Okay, already. Look at that face. Like what? I kind of can't even believe it. Okay. This is gonna be so overwhelming. Look at this lady with her like, oh my God, in the fridge. Oh my God, the meat's in the freezer. This is just like an ad and I am already so in love. I hope you love that crinkle sound because it's gonna happen a lot. Okay, these kids playing the piano. Okay, we're gonna be here for hours oh my God, this is just like, everything's so good. Even that, like this guy's position of him like wiping this down, you could take him out and have him be like shining a fish. Like that, what's that famous fish with the gems? Rainbow fish? He was like polishing rainbow fish. Oh my God, this lady who's like looking at oh, okay, what if you put like, oh my God, a cute little animal in her hand? Just like the face she's making, she like is so content looking at this price. Oh my God, okay. Okay, the food, this is so gross looking. I can't even. But these hands coming out with ladling something, like these are actually really cool and would be fun to use in something. Oh, these people bowling. Oh, that woman bowling is so good. Okay. I gotta remember her. Even these people cheering for bowling are cool. All right, we got some good ones on this page. Oh, more food. This looks so unappetizing, but what if, okay, if you could find like two ladies sunbathing and you put them on these like meat patties with the cheese, that would be really funny. And I love the pattern on the outside of this. That would be hilarious, but you'd have to find like the perfect people doing the perfect thing. Even, look at this walrus. Man, this is crazy. Okay, this is the car that I saw when I peeked for a second. Oh my God, dude, you could cut this out and put it on literally any background and this would be so cool. Very like cliche collage, honestly, using like an old car, like with a galaxy in the background or something. A little bit cliche, it's done a lot before, but that would be very cool, nonetheless. What is that, an engine? No, it's a crankshaft. Okay, I don't know how you would use that. It's cool looking, but I do not know what you do with that. Oh my God, lady with two bananas, choose a banana. Oh my God, this is perfect on its own. I would not want to change it a single bit. All right, that's the end. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. There were so many cool things in here. I think what's next, I'm gonna flip backwards through it again and actually cut out the things that I think I liked a lot. The one thing I noticed while just flipping through this, the paper is so fragile. Like I just ripped it accidentally down here by lifting up the page. So I'm gonna have to be extremely careful cutting this out. Okay, I tried really hard not to cut out that many things, but I did have a lot of things that I liked. So I think this lady here, who's like, I don't care about these clothes or anything. I think that's kind of a boring part of the picture, but I love her hat. I love the face she's making. The silhouette of her is just really cool. I think we could put something really awesome in her hands, maybe something with an animal. I'm not sure, but I think this has a lot of potential and I love that. So I don't think I mentioned this, but my plan is to offset the stuff that was in the book with my other books that I have. So use these as sort of like the main subject, but then find backgrounds or other characters in my other books. Because I don't want to limit myself on just this magazine because I think it won't be as good of a collage as it could be if I used all of my supplies. So there's that one to start. Okay, the bowling one. There's something about this lady. Whoops. Something about this lady. She's just fun. I feel like I can cut out the bowling part, like cut out the background with these people and put her like she's bowling somewhere where you wouldn't bowl. I just feel like that could be really cool. And then on the other side was this lady on the fridge with the cool apron. I feel like just her body position and her arm doing something. I don't know what it could be doing, but I think there's potential there too. And I think, yeah, they don't overlap on the paper, so I can cut out both. Two things left. There's this lady, she's kind of small, but she is just like raising her arms up, and I feel like you could put something on top of her arms and that would just be like, I just feel like she's cool colors, she's in a cool position. I just think there's potential there, but obviously it'd be like a smaller collage. Like maybe I have some postcards and she could be in one of those postcards. That could be fun. So there's that. And then there's these ladies, which I love, and I feel like there's a lot of potential here, but I think you'd need to find like the exact right thing, I liked the idea I had when I originally pulled this. Like if you put them underwater, you cut out like all of this, put them underwater so they're like mopping the bottom of the floor, the sea floor. And then if you had something with like fish going and you could have them like weaving in and out of them, that I think would be really awesome. But I feel like there's a lot of more work that would need to be done to create this collage. So I just went through like 6 things, which is kind of a lot. And I don't want to do all of those. I don't want to overwhelm myself today. But I think the next step is for me to grab some other books and just see the type of things that I can find. Because that is going to determine what I can create today. Is what other environments and other characters can I find to complement with these, and then we'll go from there. I think some of these we'll be able to use and some of them we won't be able to use. So let's just see what we can make. All right, guys, so I just took a little bit of break to flip through some books, to think about things a little bit, but now we need to sort of start playing with some things because I found some stuff we need to look at and I have some ideas. So we're gonna first start with this bowling lady, and we need to give her a new lane. Right now she's bowling in a bowling alley, but I think she can bowl anywhere in the world. And I think that would be a fun contrast if we put her somewhere where you're not supposed to bowl. So we need to cut her out first, which I just did. This paper, again, like I mentioned before, was so finicky, so delicate. But if you just go slow, you take your time, it wasn't too bad. So we got her here. Now I bookmarked a few pages, so I have this book here, And I found a few images in here that might work, so I'm just gonna put her on top. So I was thinking this one is less alley, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but what I did like was this mountain here. She could like tuck up behind it. So I'd want her to be sticking out here because like this is sort of the alley, but the mountain is over here. You know what? Now that I have it cut out and I'm looking at this, doesn't quite make sense. So let's flip to the next one, which I have marked here. Whoops. Okay, so here's this like forest one, like the lane is this little pathway. And so she would be like here, which is cute. I mean, I wish this tree was over like just an inch or so. You know, we could also, oh, I mean, that's not bad. So we could cut here in the tree and tuck this bowling out, this part of the bowling, I don't know, whatever this stand is here. That is not bad. I think that's cute. But I have a few other things to look at. So let's keep this one right off to the side. But I have the second book, and there's quite a few images in here. So this one is like a road with a mountain. And so she would be tucked up like here. And then the alley is like the road. It is weird. I wish there wasn't a car here because it's like a touch weird. The other thing with this background is it's not big enough, so I'd have to cut on these mountains and find a different sky, which is totally fine. So maybe a possibility. I like that one, but let's see what else I flagged. So there's this one. Now that I'm looking at this one again, I'm not sure if it's quite right, but she could be up here, you know, so it would have to be like that. I mean, this one isn't bad either, but I would say there's a lot of like blank space in this piece of art. So it's like, do I fill this with something? If I had an image of bowling pins, that would be fun to go here, but I didn't find any when I was looking kind of briefly. So I don't know about this one, although it is nice. All right, were there any left in this book? Oh, there's one more. Oh, this one. Okay, so this is like this house with this fence. You know, the perspective on this one is just not right. It is bad. You know, in my head, I was like, oh, maybe, but nope, that's not working. In my head, it is between this one and, yeah, this one. So in my head, it's between those two, but I think we should cut them both out and put her in the space and see what we think about after that once they're like out of the books and everything, and I think we'll get a better idea of which one we really like. Okay, here she is in this scene. This is sort of what I was thinking about, tucking her back here so she really feels like she's in this environment. Now, the one thing, I think the biggest thing to note between these two pieces, so at least the two background choices, so this one, she feels like her regular size. Like this is about how big, I mean, she's definitely a little bit bigger, but her proportions to the background are, I would say, pretty similar to what they would be in real life. Whereas this one, she is obviously significantly larger than she would be in real life. So I think that's what makes this one feel more dynamic, is she is like that much bigger. And that's what I love about this one. So I think that we're gonna say goodbye to that background. But like I said before, this one is not quite big enough for her to fit. And I have to like figure out exactly where I want to position her. But she's not, she's too big to fit on this. But I just happen to have this book, Instant Weather Forecasting, which is just a book of pictures of the sky. I don't know if I can get to one. So every image in this book is just like a picture of a sky. So I'm hoping that one of these will work. I mean, it's gonna look a little bit not real, but I think that's sort of, I mean, collage. This entire thing isn't real. So I think that that's okay. I just fell in love with this one, especially like, oh, she's in the blue, but then there's still clouds, but she's, okay. This is gonna be the one, so let's pull her out. I like when I make actual fast decisions. The rest of these, oh, I also like that one, but no, we're done. I'm picking this one. Let's get her out of here. Okay, there we got it. So the bowling set thing, the holder is sliding back here, so it really feels like she's in the space. Oh, this is looking good. I like this a lot. I think we have done it. I really love this. Oh my God. Okay, the sky is so cool. I really, really love it. I think that it adds this like retro, it ties all of the things in because this landscape is like very modern looking. I mean, yeah, it's more modern looking obviously than she does. And so I think because this is a little bit grainy, a little bit faded, it helps tie all three pieces together. And I think that this is really cool and I love it. So let's put her off to the side and talk about the next image that I wanted to work on. All right, this lady is next, and I just love her outfit. I love her pose. Everything about it is awesome. So I found all of the vintage postcards that I have in my collection, and I think we should just cut her out and put her in each of these scenes and see if she fits in any of them. I don't know, but we'll find out. The other thing I was thinking, we could have her hold something. So I found this earth in my box of things too. And it actually, I think, is like the perfect size for her hands. So we could cut that out and put the earth in her hands, and that could be fun. Oh wow, the earth actually like fits pretty close in her hands. It's like just the right size. It's kind of perfect. Okay, so getting distracted. We got these postcards. Now I'm thinking that she probably fits better on a vertical one, especially if you want to use the earth. Okay, like obviously she doesn't fit on that. Wait, okay, hold on. There's cactuses in here. I have a cactus that's about this size. Where is it? It must be in this box. I just think that she could be holding something a little bit, I don't know, more interesting. I picked the earth, I know, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit boring. Okay, this is the cactus that I was thinking of. I thought of it because there's cactuses right here. She's holding the cat. Wait, okay, I kind of like that. Let's just see what this other planet looks like. I mean, it's not bad, but there's something about this cactus that I think is cool. I like that. Okay, but we gotta keep looking. I'm just not sure. Okay, I know what we should do. Let's put this lady on the back burner and we'll work on a different collage, then come back and see how we're feeling, because I think I just need to sit on it for a few minutes. Okay, so this woman, I decided, needs to be holding a bird. Oh, let's zoom back out so we can see everything here. Okay, I've decided that a bird needs to be sitting on here and they're like looking up at each other. I think that would be adorable and I love it. The only thing is, I think we have to remove her from this scene and put her in a background, and I didn't think about that yet. But I have a bird book that we can look through, but let's also take her out of this for now. All right, here she is, all cut out. And the thing I'm thinking, oh, I already mentioned that I wanted to put a bird here. I forgot. But I also said that I didn't think about a background, but I did think about a background. I just forgotten. We have a lot of collages going on today, and I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, but we're gonna get there. So I have this book, which has some really beautiful like flower scenes like this. So I think, actually, I mean, we could just put the bird on that flower and have her like holding onto one of the petals or something. That, actually isn't that bad, but let's keep looking because there's a few other backgrounds in here I wanted to check out. All right, background 1 and 2, here we are. I think honestly, either of these are going to work. They're very similar in terms of like their color, and their composition is pretty similar. I think what it's going to come down to is what bird we pick and how that works in the scene. So let me pull out the bird book. Okay, here are the two birds we have cut out. This one, which I absolutely love. I think that it's like the perfect size. And then there's this one, which I unfortunately think is just like a touch too tall. Her eyes are looking more down and he's a little bit too tall. But with this bird, he's like just the perfect height for them to sort of be like looking at each other, which I just think is so cute. But the only thing now is I'm not super in love with this background, so let's just see what they look like on the roses, but we might have to look for a new background. Part of me thinks the bird is getting lost. And by part of me, I mean the bird is absolutely getting lost. Okay, what if we just try moving it around a little? So I can't quite remember what we were doing and what we were talking about, but basically I took a break and came back, and I'm not loving what's happening here. The background isn't quite right. It's not funny or interesting or unique or even beautiful for that matter. There's something about this piece that's not working. So I think we need to scrap it because I am just not liking it. But we're gonna keep the lady. And the thing I was looking at, so I took back out this background that we were looking at for the bowling lady, and I think that she pops really well on this background. And I'm thinking if we cut, which we already started doing, cutting this tree, and slide her back there so she's like peeping out from the tree and looking down onto something that's on the ground, I think that this has much more potential than what we were looking at before. And I did happen to find this little guy who is making the most confused face. So I'm thinking if we put him on the ground here and she's sort of looking at him, maybe she's handing him something. So the other thing that I found is a piece of toast. So I'm thinking I'm feeling better about this just because it's a little bit weirder and I'm liking the, absurdity of it. So I think if we cut this toast out, what if the woman is handing toast to this Babuk Merit and he's confused because he doesn't understand why he's getting toast. I think that there's a lot more potential in this piece just because of how funny it is. So let's cut these all out and see, and cut this out. Let's just start putting this together and see if it works. I'm liking this a lot. I think the other thing that would have worked in here, you know, maybe we do, hold on, I'm confused. Maybe we do just want one piece of toast. No, I like the two. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. The two other things that I was kind of looking for, which I thought might work in here, was one, a cup of coffee. I think that could have worked. And then the other thing is a deck of some playing cards, so like a hand of cards. So she was like, hey, you want to play poker? That type of thing. I think that would have been funny too. I think there's a few things we could have put in her hand, but I like the toast. I think this is funny. This like animal's expression is funny, and I like if she does work coming out from this tree. So I'm happy where this one is. Now let's talk about this lady again. So we left off with her holding a cactus. And when I was looking for other stuff for this collage, I found the perfect background, and I'm excited to show you. So I found this cactus scene. So I just like the idea that she went to like the desert and is visiting these cactuses, and she's like, look at my cactus. We're having like a great time visiting all the other cactuses. And I just think it's so fun, and I love it. Okay. So here's this collage and this collage, and let's bring the bowling one in. Honestly, so it hasn't been that long for you, but I've been working on this for hours, and this bowling one feels like so long ago. It really, really does. So here are the 3 collages that we made today. I am in love with all of them. We picked 3 ladies as like main characters, which I think is kind of funny. I didn't mean to do that, but man, it has been a day full of collaging. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired. I think I flipped through every single book that I own, but I'm so happy with how these turned out. I'm looking at them and giggling, which is a great sign for me, because that's sort of what I strive for in my art is, you know, make something fun, make people laugh. And I am just a fan of these, a really big fan of these. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed walking through this magazine with me today. This was such a fun source material, and I think we made some cool collages today. I apologize if this video was like really long. I spent a very long time working on these collages and going back and forth, but I am happy with where we ended up, and I think we made some cool stuff today. So if you liked this video, if you could throw me a like, that would be great. It really does help, and I'll see you next Thursday for another collage video. Bye!